Moving towards another topic, which is actually epidermolysis bullosa equesta. So let's start it. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So the name equesta means that this is acquired. It is the patient actually gained this disease or suffered from this disease during his or her life. Actually, it is again a very rare but chronic and subepidermal mechanobullous disease involving the skin and mucous membrane. It is subepidermal, means it is below the basement membrane actually. Then it is an autoimmune disorder. Type 7 collagen has been identified as the main target antigen, means it basically this is considered as an antigen and antibodies are formed against this. This is actually, you can see here is a very smooth erythematous, yes, patch on the skin with the epithelial sludging on the lateral borders. Okay, smooth erythematous on the tongue, that is has a epithelium sludging on the lateral borders. Clinical features: the skin is fragile because type 7 collagen is involved. It is targeting, so the collagen formation is decreased. Blastering that may be spontaneous or induced by trauma. So we know because mechanobullous disease is considered, this disease is considered this. The lesion healed with scarring or Miller formation. Absence of personal family history of blastering disease usually involves mucous membrane 50, means a patient who does not have any family history or personal having blistering disease usually involves their mucous membrane 50%. How it appears in the oral mucosa: it is localized, real, not common. Widespread bulla, means you have a lot of bulla formation which is localized. Very painful erosion, very painful, particularly infection related the areas of oral mucosa. When basically it rub with your mucosa, so the patient feels painful erosion. If it is appear on the tongue, if your tongue basically touches your oral mucosa. Okay, gingival involvement may be either in the form of desquamated gingivitis, yes, or localized bulla that rupture and having a painful erosion, means gingival involvement, mucosa, tongue and scarring may occur. Other mucosas like ocular, nasal, esophageal, laryngeal, genital, anal, conjunctival, corneal scarring lead to the syncytia and really blindness. Scarring may also result in severe functional problems. The patient who if the esophageal is involved, so a patient will have difficulty in the swallowing. Laryngeal involved difficulty in speaking. Okay, ocular involved, so there is some problem in the eye. Nasal is involved, something problem going in your nose. Okay, scarring, corneal scarring is formed to syncytia and their patient has may suffers from blindness. Okay, skin very marked fragility as hemorrhagic bulla and erosion at the site of trauma. Patient has hemorrhagic bulla, means the bulla will form or the vesicle will be reddish in color. Scarring and Miller. Atrophic area, hyperpigmentation, alopecia. Okay, nail dystrophy may occur. The patient will have hyperpigmentation, alopecia and nail dystrophy. Dorsal of your hands, arms, feet, knees and elbow are affected. Localized generalized involvement may occur. Diagnosis is basically histopathological examination, direct or indirect fluorescence. Again the DDs are okay. Always remember that in DDs you will place the disease that is like if they have asked you about the DD, so first of all it should be epidermolysa bullosa URB, then cicatricial pemphigoid, linear IgM, bullous pemphigoid and genetic epidermolysis bulla and pemphigus. Okay, but genetic, but this is acquired, you can see. You can also place dermatitis herpetiform, porphyria cutanea tarda, chronic ulcerative stomatitis, angina pullosa hemorrhagica, because the hemorrhagic bulla is formed, systematic bullous lupus erythematosus. Okay, the treatment the patient give is steroids. Actually, the steroids are given to the patient, which is prednisolone 30 and 100 milligram per day, taper to 5 to 10, and recurrence are common in this. Immunosuppressant agents like azathioprine you give to the patient 50 to 150 milligram per day, cyclophosphamide 100 to 200 milligram per day, and cyclosporine, which is actually 5 to 9 milligram per kg, either alone or adjuvant therapy. Azathioprine, which is 50 to 150, and cyclophosphamide 100 to 200 actually, and cyclosporine, which is 5 to 9. Okay, colchicine, which is 0.5 to 2 milligram per day, 4 to 6 months, and this drug is used either in alone or in combination with other oral steroids. IV immunoglobulin, high dose 400 milligram per kg per day, and for 5 days to 4 to 6 weeks internal. Topical treatment you give triamcinolone acetonide, another name is the Kenalog oral base. You give actually fluocinolone, actually acetonide, and clobetasol propionate. Okay, alternative therapies you give dipsazone plasmapheresis, means you clean the plasma, you separate the plasma, you clean it, and then again it is passed into the patient body. Extracorporeal photochemotherapy, you give extracorporeal photochemotherapy also to the patient.